Thank you to Tester Up for sponsoring today's video.
Oh, the kitchen. It can be such an unorganized mess, but don't worry because we're going to tackle some of those troublesome areas today and make it more manageable. So let's go.
Well, hello there, new organization items at Dollar Tree. Gotta love new finds, and it's fun to use them and put them into action. So I grabbed out some of the old stuff and grabbed some of the new stuff. We're gonna tackle some of these areas in the kitchen, starting with the refrigerator. All right, so as you can see, we have a lot of produce, and I love the farmer's market. We shop at Aldi. We try to get as much fruit and vegetables as we possibly can, and we go through them. And so what I have found is using clear containers has been such a help. So whenever I found these at Dollar Tree, these kind of fruit veggie baskets that are also shelf suspended. I thought this is absolutely genius. I want to give these a try. So I went ahead, cleaned up some strawberries and some tomatoes and put them into these containers, kind of left them in the sink for a little bit so they could drip dry off. And then sure enough, these slid right onto those glass shelves in the refrigerator, and it also freed up space on the shelf below it for more produce. So look, you can see here, they slide right on, so easy. You can partially pull them out, take out what you need, push them back in, or you can take the whole thing out and use it and take it to your counter, take it to your workspace, so you can use the items in those baskets. I love those. If you see them, yes, yes, yes for those. Keeping with the clear container theme, this is another one. I grabbed 2 of these. I wish I had grabbed a few more because I think I'm going to get some more to use for more produce in the refrigerator. But here I just cleaned these up, washed them soap and water, and then cleaned up some other veggies here. And as you can see, slid them into the refrigerator. So again, you can see what you have, which means you're going to use them more likely, right? Now I had to draw your attention to this egg drawer thing. This is not Dollar Tree, but I absolutely love it. And I'll link it down below for you. The little plastic thing at the bottom even comes out, so if you want to use it for produce, you can. But Dollar Tree does have some options for egg storage, including this clear plastic container with a lid on it, which I love, and I'll use here in just a second for something else. And also very similar to the fruit and veggie baskets, they have one for eggs. It's not clear, it's white, but it still will hold your eggs just like those fruits and veggies. And what I like about these most is they free up space on your shelves. So of course you can use the space underneath to store more items, more food, and it just is a little bit more convenient. And for $1.25, I mean, what a great bargain to get some organization in your refrigerator.
Just like using affordable finds from Dollar Tree to get our homes organized, it saves us a ton of money, right? Well, it also doesn't hurt to earn a little extra money any chance we can get to. I am no stranger to the day-to-day hustle, and as a freelancer, I'm always taking on odd jobs. So when I found Tester Up, I knew that this was something that I needed to share with all of you, so you can get in on it too. In the app, you have the option to play games, solve tasks, and answer surveys to receive real money via PayPal. The best part is, Tester Up is completely free to download and register for. And it's pretty simple to use too. I enjoy playing different games, and as I rank up in the games, I earn money. You can earn up to $80 per job, and the payout limit is as low as $70. This is a truly trustable way to earn extra money. Just check all of the good reviews on Trustpilot. Tester Up already has 2.7 million members, and you have the option and flexibility to use your smartphone, computer, or tablet. This is something you can do in your free time and from the comforts of your own home, which is pretty amazing. So give Tester Up a try. I will have a link down in the description box and a easy to scan QR code popping up on your screen. Go ahead, scan that, head over, and like I said, it is totally free to register. You'll be glad you did, and thanks again to Tester Up for sponsoring today's video. Now let's tackle more kitchen issues and get things organized.
Check out these new baskets at Dollar Tree. I feel like these are going to be so useful, not just for your kitchen. So keep an open mind here. I'm sure that there's a ton of places you can use these. I grabbed a few of the bigger ones and the smaller ones. Let's start with the bigger ones. So let's look at this shelf in the refrigerator. Kind of a black hole, right? Just don't even know what's in the back and stuff gets lost, and these baskets are going to solve that problem. So how many cans of or containers of sour cream do you have? And number 2, how many jars of pickles do you have in your refrigerator? Apparently we have multiples and multiples of things. Probably not necessary, and another reason why these baskets are going to be useful, because hopefully that doesn't happen in the future. So I did use one of the baskets for all the jars of pickles. My kids love pickles. We put them on sandwiches and burgers, and we put them as side dishes and things like that at barbecues. So kept most of those. And then we're going to keep the other containers. They were brand new. We just didn't even know we had one already. So some dairy products, some spread, some salsa, and the other one, another easy way to use those baskets and make this refrigerator much more organized and food more accessible. So this little one at the top, we do have some supplements that we need to keep in the refrigerator. So this little guy was perfect for those. Again, easy to pull them out. They don't necessarily get lost in the back, and you don't have to go digging for them. So love that little one for up top. And this may be the craziest way you've ever used these separator wire organizers from Dollar Tree used. We are actually going to use it in our dairy/cheese drawer. These fit in there perfectly. So I went ahead, took everything out, dropped some cheese, cleaned the drawer out, washed this organizer, and watch, it fits sideways just like this. And then you can slide your cheese containers and packages in there. And then you even have some space in the back, which is where I decided to put our tortilla shells. So it kind of even multifunctional organized this drawer. So much easier than everything getting smushed and crushed and lost in there. And hopefully we'll get eaten more now that it's more accessible and visible. So I did go ahead and turn those cheese bags up. They fit in there that way, so you can easily grab your snacking cheese out of this drawer. So I had already kind of started the organization with the clear bins a while ago with these bigger bins. Again, not a Dollar Tree item, but one I wanted to just share with you, and I'll link down below. Great for yogurts and fruits and things and snacks for kiddos to grab out. And again, stuff doesn't get lost in the back of your refrigerator. So now that we have tackled the biggest part of our refrigerator, next we are going to tackle the door. So I feel like these just kind of became a collect-all. You can see we have garlic and juices and some of my kids' facial products, some sun spray. So we had to like tackle this and clean it up. So I found these cute little bins at Dollar Tree. For $1.25, you actually get a set of 3 of them. So I decided to grab those. I thought these would fit really nicely in those little bitty bins and kind of more compartmentalize everything, which is what I'm doing here. So we took this one. Once I got it in there, it did fit after all. And then I just used that basket for our fresh garlic and was able to kind of replace things and put the things where they needed to go in other places and put the things I wanted back into this bin. And then over here, I added another one and used it for some butter and some herbs that we keep in there too. See, it just sometimes all it takes is just 5 minutes to take something that is just kind of a collect-all and get it organized. Moving over to the cabinet under the sink. I have been avoiding this like the plague for over a year. I'm not even kidding you. My husband did his best and he did clean this out recently, but we're going to tackle this even further using some of these finds from Dollar Tree to really get it organized and get this taken care of. So one thing everyone says is just remove everything before you get started. That way you can get rid of stuff you don't need, stuff that's old. And we're going to take a little bit different approach here. So instead of doing the whole thing, which can be a little bit overwhelming, we're going to take this in sections. So the first section for me was this pull-out organizer, which I thought was going to be a really helpful thing. And in the end, it just became another like collect-all space, which was, you know, against the point. So we're going to fix that. And we're going to use that egg container that I showed you earlier and not use it for eggs. We're going to use it in this pull-out drawer. If you are interested in the drawer thing, I will link that down below for you too, because I do think it is a good idea and I like being able to pull it out and get to things. It's just you have to get it organized so it is functional. So I put that egg container on the top, which gave me more room to be able to put smaller things so they didn't just fall out or I wasn't going to be able to get to them. And then on the bottom, as you can see, I grabbed these rubber containers from Dollar Tree. They fit perfectly on the bottom here. And I really think that the key to this is being able to have your cleaning bottles not fall over. And that was the problem with this thing. Every time you'd pull it out, something would knock over and it would get stuck or it'd fall in the back and you'd have to go digging for it. But these little containers, like I said, get everything compartmentalized so stuff doesn't fall over on you and it easily slides in and out. So love those. Now we're going to tackle the other side. So the left side here, I am taking every single thing out and I'm also taking this opportunity to clean everything. And we're not just talking the shelf itself, but I used it to also clean the garbage disposal, the pipes, the drawers, and just wipe it all down and give it a good cleaning. And then we're going to use another unique item from Dollar Tree. These are actually labeled as ice buckets. We're going to use them under the sink for organization. So I grabbed 3 of these. I was really hoping I'd be able to fit 3 side by side. And unfortunately, our garbage disposal and those pipes got in the way. So I had to only use 2, which actually ended up working fine. So no big deal. I also love these wire shelves and risers at Dollar Tree. I tucked one of those in there. That is going to become a huge problem solving little thing for us here in just a little bit, but I did put the dishwasher tablets on top of there, another way to keep those handy and easy to get to. And then things that we don't use very often in the very back. So extra sponges, the ammonia that we don't use very often, and some floor cleaners that we really don't use often either. And then those ice buckets actually came in really handy for those small little containers, again, that we don't use often, but can kind of get lost in a big space like this. So it kept it all contained and easily accessible, and I put the bigger spray bottles next to it. Now I have another one of these rubber containers from Dollar Tree that slides right underneath that riser, and I was able to use that bucket to hold washcloths, and it was kind of made its own little drawer here, so I was able to tuck them away, keeps them clean, and it also makes them accessible so you can just pull it out and grab a washcloth or a cleaning rag when you need it. So I think it's pretty cool that I was able to buy 7 items. That's it, 7 items from Dollar Tree. So less than $10 to make this space that I have been avoiding much more, of course, clean, but organized and functional, which is something that we definitely needed. Obviously, when it comes to cleaning, it can be such a pain to clean, right? But at least if we can access our cleaning supplies, it makes things a little bit easier. So these rubber things I really love too, because if anything drips, it's going to drip into the container, and then the container is washable. I also like that these 2 kind of tucked into the back of this drawer and created a smaller space in the front for the items that we use the most, and then those aren't going to fall over and they have their own space. Again, easy to just grab out. They won't get lost. They're right there and handy. These are great too. They're over the cabinet towel bars, so you can put this on the outside of your cabinet to hang your towels on. Or what we're going to do here is we're going to use it for paper towels. So paper towels are one of those things that we were literally just like shoving into our cabinet under the sink, and then they would get lost or stuff in the back, or we were just having to dig for them. But this is an easy way to solve that problem. So these bars come all the way apart. So you just pull hard and they will come apart, and then just put them back together inside of your paper towel roll, and then hang that on the inside of your cabinet door so it's hidden, but it's still easily accessible. Now, I will say that this does not work with big rolls of paper towels, more the smaller ones, so keep that in mind. You may have to get an actual paper towel roll holder if you want something like this for big. So we have some more organizing to do, but this is just so satisfying to see the space finally clean and so much more usable. So I am challenging you today. Pick one drawer, pick one cabinet, or even one shelf. Just organize it, see how it goes. I truly believe that it is going to change the way you function and your productivity in your kitchen. So give it a go. So now I'm going to give you an idea that is not only functional, which we love, but also pretty, and that is an awesome combination. And that is to take these beautiful trays from Dollar Tree and use them next to your sink for your pumps and soap and sponges and things. So rewinding, remember back whenever I was cleaning out the underneath space, I actually found these amber glass bottles that I totally even forgot I have. We're into the fall season now. I thought these are perfect. So what I did is I took my mismatched bottles of hand soap and dish soap and filled those bottles up, cleaned them up, and look at this. See, sometimes you find things when you're cleaning that you totally forgot you had that are still usable. So that's what I did here. Paired it with this pretty tray from Dollar Tree, and I put my little scrubby on there. There's even rooms if you take your rings off while you're doing dishes to put back there, more room for sponges and things. So give that easy DIY a try. So earlier I showed you these wire organizers from Dollar Tree in the cheese tray, which still loving that. My kids love it so they can get to the cheese easier now. But you can also use this in other areas of your kitchen, including in your cabinets to put your pot lids in. It's also great to put in your cabinets for your plates and bowls and things like that too. So keep that in mind the next time you see those at Dollar Tree. This is another amazing new Dollar Tree find. They say wall protectors, but they're basically rubber bumpers that have adhesive on the back. So you can use them in different ways. And our kitchen cabinets, of course, came with those rubber bumpers on them. But after almost 2 years now, some of them have fallen off, like this drawer that gets used a lot. So I picked these up. We're just going to put a couple of those on the corners of this drawer. We do have the soft close drawers, but this makes it to where they don't make a noise whenever they close all the way. So it's soft closing and it's also quiet closing now, which I love. So you can do these on your drawers and your cabinets and other places too, but keep an eye out for those. I bet you never thought to grab some foam board from Dollar Tree for your kitchen organization, but I'm going to change your mind right now because you can make custom drawer organizers with these things for obviously next to nothing because they're $1.25 for these big O sheets. So what I'm doing here is I've measured my drawer and then I'm cutting strips out of the foam board as long as I can to the height of the drawer inside of it. And then we're going to use these and build our own custom drawer organizer. And then we're going to take those longer strips and we're going to cut them down to the size of our measurements of our drawer, so the length and the width. The tip here I have for you though is because there is a little bit of girth in there with the foam board, you know, obviously there's some padding in there. You're going to want to subtract the width of your foam board, which isn't a whole lot, but it is going to make a difference when we go to build this, from the width of your foam board. So your length is going to stay the same, and then your width you're going to cut down just a little bit smaller so we can snugly fit these down into the drawer. I'm literally just using some hot glue here to build the box, so it's going to be the rectangle, which is what I'm doing here. So literally just adding some hot glue at the corners. So we're going to do 2 sides and a top and the bottom, pretty easy. And then the fun part comes in whenever we make all the dividers for the inside. So depending on what you're going to be organizing in your drawers is how you're going to lay out the dividers. So this is kind of one that is going to have like larger spoons and things like that. So I put a big one down the center and then I put 2 smaller ones, dividing those up in different lengths to give me some variety. And then watch this. It snugly fits right down into your drawers. Perfect size, keeps everything organized. I did the smaller portion because I have those little things in this drawer that just drives me crazy that get lost in the mix of everything. So that's what I have enjoyed most of all, just being able to get to those little items so much easier and quicker. And as you can see, this is what that drawer looked like before, just kind of a big mishmash and hodgepodge. And now after all the knives have a space, I can get to the scissors easy and the pizza cutter and the little bowls and things like that. It just totally has made a difference. It doesn't take very long to do this, and you are going to enjoy that custom look that your kitchen is going to have now. And that's not the only thing you can make with foam board from Dollar Tree to customize your kitchen organization. So we're going to start by taking this foam board and cutting 2 8-inch squares, and we're going to make a custom riser for our spices. Once you get those squares cut out, we're going to cut these into triangles. So lay your ruler from corner to corner and cut a straight line. As you can see, now we will have 4 triangles that are going to be the legs and the feet to this organizer. We're just going to need 3, but if you're going to make a longer one, then you're probably going to need all 4 of those. We're going to take our ruler and mark it 2, 4, and 6 inches from the top on that angled edge, and then we're going to take a piece of scrap foam board and lay that over those marks that we just made, and we're going to draw around it, and those are going to be cut out to create little slits into the foam board for us to add our shelves to. All right, so I made each one of those cuts 1 inch long, and now we have 3 triangles for our feet. We can start making the shelves. So we're gonna cut this one to 2.5 inch wide, and then you can make them as long as you want. Like I said, if you're gonna make a really long shelf though, you're gonna wanna add that 4th triangle in there for support and stability. And then you just cut these down to basically the width of your cabinet, and that way they will fit inside there. So now we are adding those shelves into the little grooves that we cut, and then you can set them into your cabinets and add your spices. There are a ton of things you can use the command style hooks in your kitchen for organization. Now I know a lot of people are not big fans of these, so you can upgrade to the real deal. But if you want to save money, just make sure that your surface is really clean before you're using any of these adhesive hooks, and that'll give them more of an opportunity to grab on and actually work. So here's an idea. If you don't have the little cord holders in the back of your appliance, like my mixing bowl here, you can make your own by using these larger hooks from Dollar Tree. So I put one on the top going the right way, and then I flip the one on the bottom going the opposite way. We're gonna let this sit for a while. I always recommend at least an hour so that adhesive has some time to cure and bond really well, and then you can use it to wrap your cords around, and it keeps it out of the way while the mixing bowl is not in use. I always like to keep a towel near the sink, obviously, for drying hands and dishes and things, but I also don't like them like in the way. So an easy way is just put a hook on one of your cabinets next to your sink for your towels to hang on. You can also build your own kind of hook system over your stove or even over your countertops. That would work too with these hooks. All you have to do is grab a dowel rod out and a couple of these command style hooks. I put a couple of them underneath our microwave and then hung that bar across them, and then added some hooks onto the bar to be able to hang some utensils for cooking. And instead of having your mixing spoons all kind of jumbled up, this is an easy way to make them a little bit more easily accessible by using these tiny little metallic colored command hooks from Dollar Tree, and just place them inside of a cabinet close to your prep station, and then hang your little spoons from them. And obviously now we can just grab the exact one we need without kind of fumbling through them all. We don't have a lot of storage when it comes to pantry space, so I like using these command hooks and then clipping on our mixing packets with a binder clip. So these things right here, which you can also get from Dollar Tree, just put several of those packets together and clip the binder clip on top, and then you can hang those from your command style hooks in your pantry.
So what is that one task that you're gonna tackle in your kitchen today to make it more usable? You can do it, and you'll thank yourself later. And speaking of thanks, head on over to Tester Up. I'll have that link down below for you. Register. You'll thank yourself for doing that as well. And the biggest thanks of all goes to every single one of you for watching. If you're looking for more organization motivation, I'll have 2 videos. Pick your favorite, head on over, and I will see you there. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a creative day.